play a game.
Bambalam, we're going to Birmingham. Yes, we are. Alrighty, new Class 170 things. This new journey, Cross City Class 170. It's got 2 chapters. Slow Start, which has got a bunch of services and scenarios. And It's Cold Outside, which is locked, which I thought we weren't doing anymore. But apparently no one got that message. That's okay. I'm going to start before we get into this, actually. It's okay. It's not great. It's okay. There you go. I said it right up front. Enjoy. Okay, that stream's over then. No need to do anything else. Hello to Melbourne Train Guide Choo Choo. I'm a train. Lord Vectron 4, Southwestern and C. And I think that's about it that have announced themselves. Anyway, there's a few others watching, but let's get into this thing. I have once again got a cold. Brilliant. All right, let's look at the new scenarios. Oh, we're still in journeys. What a twit. Okay. Train Repo. Scenarios 170. Don't be confused that it's only got the 170-5, because it's actually got all of them. And there's, I think, 4 new scenarios. No, 3. Sorry, 3 new scenarios. So there's average day in Birmingham running a long-distance passenger service. You've heard some talk about possible issues at Birmingham New Street, probably involving knives. Please take care on your way there and look out for any problems that might arise. And that's the WMT, or as I keep calling it, the WMR, because it's the West Midlands Railway by West Midlands Trains. Go figure. Tunnel trap, Class 170 has broken down near Birmingham New Street and is blocking the way. As a qualified Class 170 driver, please help unblock the tracks before ending your shift. It's one of those, hey, can you finish this, mate? Icy incline. This one actually sounds fun, to be honest. The track near Bromsgrove contains the tallest railway incline in the UK. Unfortunately for you, you're running a passenger services to Birmingham New Street, Birmingham, and the snow has had plenty of time to freeze up the rails. Prove you've got the master of traction and defy the weather to get your 170 moving. And the rest of them are from the crazy places in Scotland, so we won't look at those. Back we go again. Choose your route. Make it a good one. Timetable. There's a new timetable for Birmingham Cross City, which has got, funnily enough, the 4 variants of the new 170. So there's 2 170-5s in West Midlands Trains or West Midland Railway livery, and 2 in cross-country livery. We have, naturally enough, got the Centro and the other 323 that come with the route. Well, the bottom 323, the WMR, comes with the route, and the Centro layers in from its own DLC. There's something weird happening with the 66ers, because this one from Manchester Airport Commuter has a service. But if we go to the other 66ers, depending on which one you pick, so some of them have a lot of services, and my guess would be about 20 in there, which brings some welcome freight, and there's that one that the others all have. But if you choose poorly, so let's grab the DRS, for example, you only get the 1. So there's some variance there. Interesting. Class 37-5 from Tees Valley layers in, and there's 2 rail tours, Derby to Penzance, Penzance to Derby. Derby. Anyway, it's Bromsgrove to Lichfield, Trent Valley, and funnily enough, the other way around. Yep, on the way back. Good-o. Then there's the Pencilino, the Pretendolino. It's the, there's only one. There's a few AI ones, but there's only one. It's 6 minutes long. It's very exciting. Truly. We should drive it. And then there's the 350, which is, there's a lot of AI 350s, but there's probably, about 25 to 30 drivables, but they're all 10 minutes. So, it's not exciting. And then there's the Beast. There is variance whether you choose the livery. The type, they both appear, /5/6s, and they use the same services. But if you choose the liveries, you get different ones, which makes sense because they're different operators. So this one starts at 619, for example. And if we choose the cross country, it starts at 744. There's probably about 20 for cross country drivable. And for West Midlands, that's probably 15 of those ones. I'm not sure if there's more for the /5. Let's have a look. Yeah, that actually looks like there's more. So there's more services for the /5 variant. Alrighty, which one do you want to see first? Let me know. And we have got, who else has turned up now? Gav's Photography, hello. Michael Lay, hello. How are you? I'm well. Well, I'm not well. I've got a cold. Gav says, it's a bubble. Yes. Yes. I've just come from 35-degree temperatures back to Melbourne, where it's bloody 12. It's really good. Lord Vectron says DTG hates unions, maybe. Always with the OT and being pulled from breaks and lunches. Iwalichi says DTG does not hate unions. We have a diversification. Which they just layer into BCC, I believe. I don't think they turn up anywhere else, but we can check that, because if I go to train depot and timetable and go 170, I think we'll only see them turn up in Birmingham. So that's it. So which one do you look at first? No jet lag, you Burke. It's only an hour's time difference for me from Japan. It's a season difference, but only an hour's time difference. Melbourne Train Guy says, same as the old timetable. Choose poorly. The DRS is the best. Yes. Well, we know what you think about sheds. C says, I'm happy you've had some AI layered into it long overdue. Yes, the route does look a bit better. Transport East Anglia, hello to you. Chocky says, my computer is broken, so I'm doing a reset, but it's broken and the reset is broken. Uh-oh. Media time. Chocky is told by Gav, you need to boot it with a boot. Yes, this is what you need to do with media. Or just jump on it. Either way. Bromsgrove to Birmingham New Street, says Melbourne Train Guy, with the WMT. All right, then. Why not? I think I chose the other one, didn't I? Better get out of here. 170/5 WMT. And there we go. That'll be Bromsgrove to New Street, and we'll go, doesn't really matter because we've all seen the route before. Get started. Issues. It doesn't work with Rail Driver. Well, not quite true, actually. Not completely true. The 170/6 in WMR does work with Rail Driver. The other three don't. What's going on? This is the second release in a row that doesn't work with Rail Driver, where one of the things did and the rest of it didn't. What are we doing? Focus, game people. Focus. All right. Let's get in here. We need to do some stuff. Master key. Forward. Headlights. Doors. Safety systems. I've done tutorials for these. They go live in a couple of minutes, if they haven't already. They are the same as the Scottish one, though. Look at that. See, look pretty. It's orange. Yep. Holy shit. The PIS actually works in this one. Wow. That's only the second time I've seen that work. All right, let's go outside and have a look. To me, it's too clean. It's got a bit of weathering on it, but it's really subtle. I think it should have more. I think round the undercarriage, it's actually pretty good, the weathering. It's decent, but the carriage itself, it's just too damn clean. Well, I know they wash these things and they take a bit of pride, but, you know, trains are dirty. They have the permanently stuck out step too, which I'm told is normal. And they have the other thing that these trains don't have, which is... Oops. How did I get up there? They have some issues in their driving stuff. I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you now. Yes. Let's go and have a look inside. Let's just walk through. So I'm just going to walk, and we're just going to do the standard walk speed. And you'll notice there's the occasional little flicker as you walk through. When you're in guard mode... Oh, it's a dead zone for the sound. Weird. When you're in guard mode, you'll run into an interesting challenge where every now and again, depending on where you step, the train keeps going and it leaves you where you are, and you will go flying backwards through the carriage at the speed of the train, which is a bit sad. Strange dead zones. Anyway, let's get the doors locked. Let's get driving. I will be using my Xbox and controller to drive. And my keyboard, because I can. We are going up hills, so let's start with hill start on. And let's... Oops, not go that way. Idiot. Go this way. Let's get some power on. When I hear the revs come up, which I will if I open the window. I can hear them going, actually. Wait. Well, that's weird. We can let go of the hill start now, and we should start moving. There we go. Lovely. Does have a good horn. Oh, don't tell me it needs AP sounds. AP's a wanker. Sam's Autistic Travels. Hello, Holy Trucker says, hate it when P feels sick, like you lost a best friend. Michael Lee says he's good, that's excellent. Chams, too. Hello there. I hope you are well. We're about to head up the Licky Bank. Now you'll notice we're going flat stick. It's not going to get much quicker than this. Don't expect power. It's a 170, there isn't any. But that's okay. AP sounds Lord Vectron is Anderson Powerhouse, and everybody is absolutely convinced that he makes excellent sounds, and he doesn't really. He makes different sounds, and they're usually synthesized, which is what they complain about when DTG do it. It's a bit like Steam Sounds Supreme. Everybody goes, well, Steam Sounds Supreme, it's really good. Well, no, it's actually shit. But that's okay. I'm not popular in my beliefs there. I know this. That's okay. And I'm sure either of those organisations will reach out to me and go, oi, don't be such a cunt. We're now travelling at the highest speed it can do up this bank, which is about 40 miles an hour. Which is okay, on our way to university. Oh, catching up with the chat. Chocky says it hasn't even reset, it went to sleep. It might have been already going to sleep when you reset it. I will eat you, says I made the Flying Scotsman pull Mark 3As from over Shap. But you should be able to do that anyway. Michael wants to see all of the 170s. We will certainly do that. And we will certainly look at the goods, the bads, and the uglies. AWS is a 2-switch affair. You have to turn on that one and that one. Don't get caught out. Oh, you can turn on GSMR. See, look at that. Isn't that exciting? I think that's even our track number. Look at that. It really is. It works. Cool. The windscreen wipers are the switches that are labelled in black. So it's black on a black background. There we go. They work fine. Good. There you go. I think we've seen everything now. Uberk says, hello Neil TV8, how are you? Uberk says, season lag. Had it when in New Zealand in the bright spring for 3 weeks. Returned home to dark November where I crashed. Jockey says this is literally just a new interior. Oh, there's a couple of changes in the exterior too, but nothing major, so don't look for anything exciting. Catching up. Holy Trucker says, what happened to the Santa Fe pack? It's in TSW 6, now only waiting for the latest lame Castle Wurzburg TSG cash grab. I don't know what happened to Santa Fe. So, you know, I don't know why they make these decisions, but they clearly have. There's a naked bear. There's a bear in there with a story to tell. Open wide, come inside. It's play school. This song's not inappropriate at all. Never was. Neil says I had to reset the keybinds to make the safety systems enable shortcut work for this. Yes, because it only turns on one of the switches, not both of them. But that's not unusual. There's quite a few trains where you have to turn on more than one switch and you have to do one of them manually. Melbourne Train Guy says, can she couple to other units, 170 or otherwise, like the SCR one? I would think it could couple to other 170s, yes. We can try that. Remind me. I will write a note. Somebody just come home. My desk's more disorganised than ever because it's covered in camera shit. So, coupling. Melbourne Train Guys wants to see 170s having sex. Very good. We'll do that. At some point. We have reached 70 miles an hour. Delightful. Shocky says the dead zone for the sound is because the internal doors there on the ScotRail version. Yes, there are more doors. So they've only done a livery difference there, really. The average Irish train spotter. Hello to you. Holy Trucker, oh bro rivet. Lord Vectron wants to know what AP sounds. So it's a new interior. I Will Eat You seem to agree with me. I've actually ridden 170s. To tell you the truth, I don't think the sounds are all that bad. I watched one of my 170 videos that I recorded from inside the train, and to me, it sounds okay, to be honest. From inside the train, anyway. Scotsman's wheels can be coloured because they are painted, unlike the others, which are just black. I Will Eat You wants to know if that's Freddy Fazbear. I don't know what Freddy Fazbear is. Chocky says they already essentially have the timetable anyway. I think this one's different to the mod timetable. Feels different. Chocky says there's a naked bear. What would you expect? I expect the bear to wear pants. We're a civilised organisation here. Everybody needs to wear pants. Back to Idolio. Let's get onto the platform and see what it looks like from a platform standpoint if we can. There we go. Looks like a train. Should that be a surprise? Probably not. So we roll on to University. It does make use of the fast tracks, which is good. The only time I ever came in here in a 323, I got stuck. Not surprising, given there's no wires. Hello, Jamie in Train Sim World. I have a cold, but I'm back. I'm at it. We'll be fine. Three, 2, 3s galore. Cam says amazing. Holy Trucker says, isn't this literally the mod? Not quite. Not quite. It is different. I better slow down. Sorry about the coughing, folks. I'd love to not be doing it, honest. It's actually weird. When I was in Japan, it had almost totally gone. I was over it. But, you know, it was 35 degrees every day, and it was getting cooked out of me. Whereas here, it's very cold. So I basically started coughing the moment I came home, and have been ever since. This is the vanilla BCC, by the way. I have removed the mods, so everything you see here is what you get with BCC if you're thinking about grabbing it now that it's got more services. Uberk says, get a room, you Vectron people. Yes. Glad you're not walking behind the imaginary yellow line there. That's one of the things that's amazing about Japan is they don't have to make an announcement to say stand behind the yellow line because everybody just does. They're all very dutiful about it. Quite wonderful. Chocky says the AdTrans ones have less doors. The average Irish train spotter says I can tell there's some difference between posting and it appearing on stream. Just a little though. Lol. There was meant to be an update, but I've only just come home, so I don't know if the version I got has already updated. I think it probably has, because there were some issues that the other ambassadors were talking about that appear to have been cured, so I think they're okay. Now we can speed up again. Let's do that. Chocky says the sounds are nice in this compared to a 171 since London doesn't get 170s. C says, haha. Chocky says, yeah, because this time there's no HSTs or 158s. We roll through the chocolate factory. Just in time to see a 323 flying along the other way. I'll be up this way fairly soon. I leave for the UK on the 11th of August, I think. So I have about a week and a bit to get rid of this cold before I travel again. Because I don't think people are going to want to talk to me if I'm coughing my guts up somewhere. And while England's warmer than Australia right now, it's not Japan warm. I was looking at the weather today, it looks to be about mid-20s in most of the places that I'm going at the moment. Looking forward to that. Iwalichu says Freddy Fazbear is a robot bear from a game called Five Nights at Freddy's, created by Scott Cawthon. Sounds interesting. Trainsim World asks if I'm enjoying the 170. Well, apart from all the bugs I've reported, Jamie, sure. Why doesn't it work with Raildriver, Jamie? Brr. Gav's photography says Humphrey B. Bear can wear no pants. Do you know that Humphrey B. Bear, all these years, all these many, many years that Humphrey B. Bear has been around, Humphrey B. Bear is actually a girl. That's been a television secret. Gratuitous bridge shots. Got it. Barely. I do like the canal on this route. It's good to have a canal. I think I should probably think about stopping, shouldn't I? Might even have to do an emergency stop. Let's get rid of these silly markers. Oh no, I think it's going to be fine. Passengers are all sitting there going, but they'll be all right. I was fortunate enough, thanks to my good lady wife, who managed to wangle us onto business class on our flight back from Japan. that I got to see how the other half lives. Let's see that again. I think I just saw a new bug, Jamie, if you're still watching. Ah. Yep. They're not coping too well with the step there. You gonna go on the train, lady? We want to see this. Don't kick me in the head. Oh well. You gonna get in? No, you're just gonna walk up there. It's not as though anything else is gonna come. Are you gonna get in? Go on. Get in the train. No, you're not going to. Is anybody else getting in? Anyone else going to get in, or are they all in already? Looks like all aboard that are going aboard have already happened. You saw a bird in the floor. I didn't see that. Where was a bird in the floor? I don't see one. We'll do the next one as guard mode anyway, because I want to show you what happens with guard mode, because you should be aware. We can lock the doors, I think. I will eat you likes bread. Melbourne train guy says the freight obviously uses the fast and the class 43 also uses the fasts. Oh, I don't know if it does in this timetable. I have not tried, so I'm not going to tell you it does. I know it does in the mod. MTG says he thinks the 37.5 also comes down from BNS via the fast line to Barnt Green. There's a lot of AI that I have not really explored very much, so it's quite possible. We'll do the next run as a Guard. We shall come out of Bambalam, Birmingham, which should always have the spider bait. Black Betty, Bambalam, Black Betty, Bambalam. One of my favourite songs, actually, the spider bait version of that. I know they weren't first. They were just one of many. All of the acknowledgements seem to work, so B on the controller seems to do what it should do. So it's nice to have those things working in a train. Chocky says, how cold is very cold? 11 degrees Celsius today. Right now it's about 6. Holy Trucker says, I love this route, so I'm glad to purchase to get more AI. I am liking the AI that I've seen so far. I haven't had a lot of time with it. Please bear that in mind, because I only got back about lunchtime. And I've only been on the route a couple of hours now, so on the 170 I should say a couple of hours, and that most of that time was taken up making tutorials. Even though I don't think it needs for tutorials, because if you can drive the Scottish one, all you have to do is take away the Scottish accent and you have these. It's fine. Holy Trucker says, is it true Japan has a no noise policy, you can't speak on the trains? That is correct. You cannot speak. You cannot use your mobile telephone. All of these things are verboten. I will issue says, I understand GWE Master getting postponed to 6 created by a single dev. Oh, I don't know that it's a single dev. Single dev's idea, yes. I doubt it's one person doing it. Chocky says, I asked Alex what the date was instead of the date she said what she does. I don't understand that, Chocky. The alarm clocks and weather. Chocky wants to know if there's an innocent nun in the canal. Don't know. Gav remembers seeing an interview about the bear being female. Yes. It had a female person inside it for a very, very long time. It's a bit like Mr. Squigaloo has a hard one for Miss Jane. And if you're an Aussie, of my vintage, you'll understand that that's not actually rude. Chocky says NPCs do literally every UK train TSD. No, this one's a bit worse, I think. It's because of the step. I Will Eat You likes the West Cornwall, but we're not doing West Cornwall today, Chocky. I Will Eat You. We're doing this thing. So it looks alright in the dark, in tunnel vision. Unlike the overhead line equipment, which looks kind of bright. Joshua, we are in the orange one, the west, which is whichever one it is. Is it the orange one or the brown one? I've forgotten. There we go, West Midland. I forgot which one I was in, because I'm clever like that. Whoops, too fast. Runaway train! It's fine. Holy Trucker says what I was waiting for someone to say, another quality of a product. As I've pointed out many times, most of the stuff you drive is a Rivet product, in one way or another. There's the Brune one over there. So once we finish this service, we will pop over and we will be a Guard for another service. Oops, I'm supposed to stop here. There we go. Doors open. I am doing okay, Bad Guy 89, apart from a cold. Chocky says 11's not cold. It is when you were just 15 hours ago in a place that was 35. It's very cold. It wasn't cold when I left. I was quite happy with 11. Uberk says cold is a relative thing, indeed. I Will Eat You would be up for an Italian route. Mamma mia! Every train will come with pizza and pasta. Do we really have to sit here until 7:47 for this thing to do? Well, I'll tell you what. We won't do that. We'll go outside. Let's have a look at this one while we're here. So I think the cross-country, it's hard to tell because we're in the dark, but I think the weathering on the cross-country is actually better. So there's a lot more around the roof area. I kind of appreciate that. There's some rusty bits on it that the other one doesn't have, which I also appreciate. Undercarriage-wise, it's probably about the same dirtiness as the other one. If I had to say it was the same undercarriage, I probably would. Like, it's identical. The brakes are quite nice. I like the reflective effect they've got on the discs. And like the other one, the carriages are a bit clean. They do have plenty of exhaust, I'll give them that. It's going straight into the concrete. That would be up to DTT to fix that though. So inside it looks pretty nice. We have the plebeian area with tables. And we have the posh area with less tables. Not in service. You'll see this on most of them, even when they are actually in a scenario, in a service. You'll discover that they're not. Uncouple vehicles. Oh, I haven't had to do this before. What? Okay. Let's just leave you in break 3. To go and uncouple some vehicles. Fair enough. Let's go and do it. Whee! I'm guessing it's you. That's something I saw that was very cool in Japan, was some uncoupling stuff that was done. Uncouple. Do I have to put in a master key or something like that? That's not very helpful. I'm guessing I have to go and shut down that end and come and start up the other end. We'll do that. That would appear to have happened. So if I go into reverse, can I pull away? Oh, probably not, because I've got doors open everywhere. Oh. So I've got to move the train now. Does look like they come apart, doesn't it? At least a little bit. It's actually kind of cool to have this in a service. Unexpected. Now, did it indeed leave it behind? Yes, it did. Cool. Well, there you go. And a medal. Alrighty, let's catch up with the... Actually, let me kick off a guard mode one and then we'll catch up with the chat. There's some wise people in the chat I can see just scanning through it. I will catch up in a moment. Let me just get this happening. To the trains, choose a route. Birmingham, Bambalam, timetable, 170 timetable. We want one of these things. Let's go in a brown one this time. And Cardiff Central to Nottinghamshire. Weather doesn't matter. And guard mode. While that's loading in, Chocky says no diesel at Lightways. The tunnel light baking is rubbish. It's been bad for a long time. I will eat you. Think Skyhook are good devs. Joshua says not sure, it's just me, but the door opening beeps sound a bit off. They sounded okay compared to the videos I had. Is it this end? No, I've got to go the other end. Of course I'd go to the wrong end. Alright. Key in. Turn it on. Open this door. Look for miscreant bumholes. No miscreant bumholes. Open up the main doors. Now I'm going to show you one thing that they did get right. Because I'm just going to lock this panel again. Because this is something I appreciate. Because they've gotten it right. Wrong end, maybe? Let's go up to the next one. Other end of this one. Because I wouldn't expect a developer to think of someone doing this. And it works. So that's a good thing. Amy says you made it back to Oz in one piece. I did indeed. Chocky says look at the broken benches in New Street. Yes, I've seen those. I'm okay, Bob's rowing. Apart from a cold. But I'll get over it, and I'll try not to cough on you so much. I will eat you says, you saying Mamma Mia made you think of Mario. Gab says, made it back and not left behind. Amy says that 170 is already out of date with the refurb having a different interior and livery. Well, cross country's out of date now too, isn't it? Oh, let's start locking up. Why not? And we'll see all the doors but ours closed. So that's why I said I like this, that the devs got this bit right. And now we can close our door. Now sometimes you have to press this button. Oh, look at that. It wants me to close these doors again, just to get that to go away. I'm going to close them again now. And I have locked the local door, honest, but you're going to make me press the button again, aren't you? Just to make it go away. See, that happens sometimes. Alright, you go do your thing. And we'll go check tickets. We'll go down to the last one. Because there is a little issue with checking tickets. Is this the last carriage? Yep, good. Hello. Yeah, why not? Yeah, alright. G'day. How you doing? Yeah. Bunnies don't work naturally. Matt's been here. See, this is one of the things I was talking about. I was going ahead there. Let's just walk it again and see what happened again. Sometimes you just get thrown backwards, like you're not standing on the floor anymore when the train is moving. Hello. Yep. Amazing all these university students have actually got tickets. This is unusual stuff. Bromsgrove to Reddick. I think you'll be a little bit stuffed, mate. But you can stay on the train and change at university, I suppose. So why don't you do that? It's going to tell me that's an invalid decision, but that's okay. Not in service. This is common. That's a bug. And now we're going to run into the other issue. Alright, I have got 5 more tickets to check. They're in there. I have no way of getting there before the next stop. So I will get penalised for not checking the tickets. Do you think it's fair that I get penalised for not checking tickets when I can't get to them? Actually, does Control minus and plus work? No, it doesn't. Damn. Damn. G'day, brother. How you doing? Nice lilac. It's a good colour. Suits you. Suits your brown eyes. Why does everybody in this game have brown eyes? How did I end up over here, then? I stood up and landed over there. Okay. You imagine walking into that? You just come along and go, oh, that really hurt. Do you know it's antisocial to sit on the outside seat? You should sit on the window side and let other people sit down. That's much more social. Yes, you. Talking to you. Now, this sound bothers me because this sound makes me think it's an electric train. I will eat you is interested in TSW6's core routes. Well, I'm sure we all will be. Lucas says, will they add SWR into TSW6? If it's not on the roadmap, it's not happening. Amy says, Bob, did you mean the gangway door? They don't exist in the 170, only the 172. Lucas says, well, I'd love what we do not know yet. I need to scroll back and see what Bob asked for. Are the 170s usable on other routes in other than free roam? They are only in this timetable. So you would have to free roam them or scenario plan them in others. Joshua says you do need to key on, you need to close your cab doors, all those sorts of things. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Michael says Rivet games not too bad. I know some games are bad on 4 and 5. Luca, hello to you. Vectron says Rivet are the best. We don't deserve them. Yes, I did forget the cab doors. Bob is correct. No, I hadn't closed them. Chocky's computer is progressing. Amy is referring to the cross-country one, which you're looking at when you joined. Yes, no cross-country refurbished, so 170s. I thought once cross-country was going to go away at some point because of nationalisation. Having to use the door button on the other side is pretty common on the stars at this point. Not all of them work. Chocky Transport says sometimes the tickets would be valid in the train because they display an off-map stop but counts them as invalid. Well, these ones only display on route stops, but it marks them as invalid sometimes when it shouldn't. I remember riding the 170s in 2005 with Midland Mainline not too long after they entered traffic. If I remember correctly, I even remember riding the 222 Meridian when they were on the Master Cutler. That's cool. They were new at the time, so you liked them. Chocky says guard mode just rips destinations off the PIS in theory, so it's possible to get a person that's going to not in service. Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Where's your ticket? Oh, I'm not in service. That would be funny. No worries, Jamie. Chocky says managed to do guard mode in BML. Someone was going to Portsmouth Harbour and Bognor Regis. Excellent. I don't think it's a massive fail, Holy Trucker. It actually works better than some of them do. But it's it is a fail in the sense that you can't get to the other carriage. So the other carriage shouldn't actually have any targets in there. There shouldn't be any objectives in the other carriage just because you can't get there. I Will Eat You says I wish the Topham Hatt was in the train. Maybe he is. He could be in the toilet. Matt could be in the toilet too. Neil says maybe the logic system is not set up correctly. That would be my bet. Amy has crashed her wheelchair into that before. That would hurt, I'm betting. I reckon that would hurt. Michael says 1 for Rivet fix now. Joshua says hello person in the train sim world account blessed with his presence. It's JB, Joshua. JB Ringwood. I think we'll be opening some doors shortly. I feel a tremor in the force. Melbourne train guy says, yes, mosquito train. Chocky says the mosquitoes are here. Does anybody actually think 170s sound like that? Choo-choo on trains, you can use camera 3 and open the doors from the outside. Haven't tried. I don't think you can't use the external cameras in guard mode. So no. I Will Eat You likes the Class 20, fair enough. Bob says turbo stars don't sound like that in real life. He's written them. Yeah, I've never heard one make that noise, but I can't say my experience with them is extensive. I looked through my tickets from last time, and I rode 2 of them. So, yeah, that's not exactly extensive. Jamie says that sounds off as well. Good. Well, not good, but it makes it sound like an electric train. But that's okay. The other thing we should look at is sometimes when you sit, I think it might only do it in the Midlands one, to be honest. I don't think it does it in the cross-country one. Yeah, the cross-country one seems to always put you in the right chair. The Midlands one, sometimes you'll bounce chairs. You want to sit in one and you sit in the one behind it or in front of it. Melbourne train guy says, has it just been the in-cab sounds updated? I'm not sure whether they've actually had sounds updated, to be honest. It sounds pretty much the same to me. So I'm not going to tell you it's had sound changes, because I can't. I don't think I'll be allowed to sit in that, will I? No, I'm not. I'll probably sit in this one, though. There we go. We can sit in the second demand seat. Hey, it's got tail lights on. You shouldn't have tail lights on. Off. Should have tail lights on at the other end. There's some nice weathering between the units there. Announcements during disruption checklist. Make an announcement within 2 minutes. Follow up in 5 and then again every 10. Tell customers how long the delay will be. Give the reason for the delay, or if you don't know, say you were trying to find out. Advise customers on any changes to the journey, connections and or ticket acceptance. Update customers on expected arrival time throughout the journey. Avoid using jargon or railway speak. Be clear and concise. Apologise for the delay during the incident until the disruption is resolved. If delayed by more than 30 minutes, remind customers that their right to claim delay repay. There we go. Good stuff. Ooh, feels like we're slowing down. Better get to a door panel. That side? I'm guessing we're coming into university. Amy says Turbo Stars do have a high-pitched whine, but don't remember it being that loud. And also says all the brands are staying around for now. Apparently the TOCs have to earn their GBR name. Well, that's fair. Do you think a route builder in TSW6 is possible like TSC? There's a route builder in TSW now. So, yes, it's definitely possible. I believe the FAQ has already said the editor will be supported. We're stopping in the middle of nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, the train apparently has stopped. I don't know why. No, can't use those keys. Yeah, that'd be why. Hello folks, we've been delayed at a signal. Sorry. Sounds like it's raining. Oh, there we go. I'll just come sit with you then. That'll be fine, won't it? Yep, good. Excellent. Chocky says Portsmouth Harbour and Bognor Regis are two different stations that's used on the PIS for a dividing train. I encountered a dividing train in Tokyo. It was quite cool. Chocky says Matt the Tank Engine. Oh yes, I've seen Matt the Tank Engine. I'm going to do a stream with Matt the Tank Engine, absolutely. And the latest version of it has headphones and pink cat ears, which is kind of cool. I think we're in a station, aren't we? Better go open some doors. So it doesn't think I've unlocked the door yet. But I have. Alright. We'll close it and we'll open it again. There we go. It's like scenario scripting. Don't do things too quickly. I do like that the people don't go piling in when you open up one door. I think that's good. Oh, we've got a long wait. I might go up into the other end of the train then, since we've got a long wait. Hello. You gonna get on the train? You've got a reflection. See, you're not a vampire, but your reflection's from your front. Shouldn't the reflection be her back? That's just weird. Interesting. Okay. It's almost time. They can get in this last door if they really need to. All the orange lights have gone out, which is good. We just need to close these ones. I've done it. And I've done that too. See, it's fine. Off goes drive. Let's go do some tickets. Hi there. University to Birmingham. You're sure. What about you? Didn't get you before. Hello, ticket. Yep. So many honest uni students, it's weird. Hello? Sure. Hi there. Well, you couldn't really go to Barnt Green, so you're going to have to get off the train. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Sure. Miscellaneous baggage. Where did it go? It's shooting off somewhere. Gravelly Hill. Nah, can't do that in this train, mate. Righto. Hello. Yeah, you can do that. Bromsgrove to University, sure. Who owns this bag? It's you. Fair enough. I seem to be standing on a chair. Has anybody noticed that? No, that's not today. No. Get off me train. You notice I think I'm standing on the table, actually. This is one of those places where strange things happen when you move forwards and backwards sometimes. A bag just appeared there. Yep. Yeah. Hey, mate, nice haircut. Righto. Sure. How about you? Sure thing. Hi there. Yep, all good. God, look how many of them there are. Sure. That went dunk when I did that. That was wrong. Don't know what was wrong with her ticket, but something was. Nah. Oh, I'm standing on... I think... maybe I'm on a lap. I don't know. Weird. Yeah. G'day, Drive. It's only me. How you doing? Do your collar up, man. Look how messy that looks. Sliding into Birmingham New Street now. Leon, hello to you. I am okay except for a cold. I did have fun seeing Japanese trains. I did. Chucky says the person had ticket Portsmouth Harbour and Bognor Regis, even though they're two different places. Excellent. Chucky says can't wait to try in Southeastern High Speed, and someone tries to go to a Class 700. Gab says Matt's in the meme now. Next will be a music video. And it'll have to be set to the theme song. Chucky says you can see in Electrostars every possible outcome. The PIS is programmed in for the route. Bob says Matt the meme engine. I like this thinking. Matt will quietly too. Amy says, you've clearly never been to Clapham Junction. People mowing down the guard as soon as he's opening the train doors in rush hour. That's not unusual. Chocky says you have a long wait, that red signal, since it rocketed up Licky because AI drivers are interesting. Yes, AI drivers go at track speed, even if the train can't. Look at our AI. There's quite a bit. I see a Patendolino, a 350, some 323s. Ooh, what was that? What was that? Is that 170 just one car? Oh, no, it's in the dark. It's all right. It's just the lighting. That looked pretty funny. I thought it was one car long. No, there's more of them. It's fine. Well done, drive. Why must I do that to you? Hey, look. The brakes went on, apparently, but they didn't actually work. Oh, well. That's all right. Lexic says the reflection of the lady's front is because it's a reflection of her reflection in the train window, or am I a reflection apologist? You are an apologist. Maverick says, hey there, how is this pack? Can't stay. Long story, sorry. Heading back to Japan on Thursday. There's an irony that I missed you in Japan, and then I'm going to miss you in the UK as well. Drive, it's red. Stop the bloody train. Ah! Seriously. Ooh, look. There's a hangar. There's nothing holding that signal thing up. I should go unlock the door, shouldn't I? Because Drive's not going to do it. Sorry, people. I need to let you out. Locked doors already, huh? That'll be it then. Doesn't even wait for me to lock my door. So I accepted some invalid tickets and I missed some passengers. Could not avoid missing the passengers, though. Ah, sigh. Holy Trucker says, lol dude with the handbag. Yeah, that's pretty common these days, mate. Leon says, how are you, Matt? I haven't seen Matt in the chat, so I don't think he's here. Chucky says, driving with his mind. Africa says, how was your trip? My trip was very good, but I've come home with a cold, which is annoying. That's okay. Let's drive a cross-country one now. Leon says, new train colour of purple. They're not actually purple, they're brown. Is the cross-country 170 layering onto Midland Mainline? It is not. Arc 2, the tracks are a bit bumpy. Yes, clearly. Chucky says, Josh Skyhook have expressed interest in doing it. Nothing is confirmed. Remember, train guys are still looking good. Yeah, look, I in my reaction video, I think I gave it a 6 out of 10. So it's not awful by any means. Let's drive a number 6. Oh, let's have some rain, I think. Let's have a bit of rain. Light rain. A little bit of fog as well. And we'll run this one. Why not? Is that Bromsgrove to Birmingham again? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Chocky says, how was your trip? Did you fall and hurt yourself? You're a sick little monkey, like man. Sick little monkey. Turn on AWS. Boop. 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 Bit of edge lamps. Bit of wipies. Not a lot of passengers on this service. We have tail lights on. Very good. There's some birds up there. Not a lot of passengers. 20 seconds to go. That evil laugh in the background was one of my munchkins taking delivery of their Uber Eats, I think. We have some revs, let go of the hill start, and off we go. Lexic says we have to ask travellers what was the best and worst food experience had. I think my best food experience was a nice meal at Kura Sushi. And I think the worst, and it wasn't bad by any means, because my other half wandering around in her pyjamas. The worst was a omelette with curry sauce, but it was actually kind of tasty. Jamie asks how I'm finding the 170. I think for the most part it's okay. I think I gave it a 6 on my reaction video. As we crawl up Licky Bank, let's just watch it from the outside, because we can.
Worst feel, you said?
Huh?
What did you say was the worst feel?
Sorry about that little interlude. Chocky says no way you finally caught up with the chat. I eventually do. Mr. Hawk says, welcome back. How was the trip? The trip was excellent. I really enjoyed it. It's my second time into Japan. This time, last time we stayed around Tokyo and Saitama. This time we did Hiroshima, Osaka, Kyoto, Nara, and Tokyo. I don't know why, but I had this strange idea that Hiroshima was small, and then I got there and went, ah, it's not. It's really big. I don't know why I thought it was small. Lack of cleverness. Leon had noodles for dinner. I did have railway station ramen. It's always a popular thing. There's these great little eating places that usually have somewhere between 3 and 10 seats. And there's a chef and sometimes there's an assistant, depending if it's big enough. And they just magic. It was on rice with curry sauce. Mexican Dark, it was. Leon says, is that your kid? No, it's my wife. When you walked past before. Jamie would love to go over Japan, but needs to get over the fear of flying. Oh, it's sad that you've got that, Jamie. I don't like flying, but basically because it's really boring. Hey, it's louder on the 2 camera. That's interesting. The Japanese railways are absolutely amazing. They all turn up pretty much on time. And if a Shinkansen is delayed for more than a minute, they come and apologise to you. There was one Shinkansen line that was actually not running. It hasn't been since the big storms they had. Leon says, hi, Train Sim World 5 or 6 one day. Well, you see, it's Train Sim World. There's no 5, there's no 4, there's no 6, it's just Train Sim World. So the account doesn't change. Lord Vectron says, my fear isn't flying, it's been stuck in a confined space for 20 plus hours AU to UK. Try 32 hours, Lord Vectron, to get to the UK from Australia, including your stopover somewhere, because there's only one direct flight, and that's from Perth. The others all go via somewhere, and it's usually quite a long stopover. Food. I thought we weren't having dinner. Apparently we are. I will eat later. Thank you. They got Mexican. I did see steam actually, Jamie. I didn't get up close and personal to it, but I was sitting in a Shinkansen at 280 kilometres an hour and looked out the window and went, steaming. It was a parent bullet train. No, my focus on these trips isn't really trains, although I do get to see a lot of trains. I see so many trains, my other half doesn't want to see any more trains. I think this is fair to say. Lord Vectron says they'll be doing the Perth Direct. No way I'm stopping over anywhere. It's actually kind of interesting with the stopovers because I'm booked on Emirates and they stop over in Dubai and they're flying right now, but it really depends on what the locals start bombing. So they run and suspend services all the time. So we'll see. Leon would like Train Sim World to do an Australian route. I would like that too, Leon. Jamie says, holidays without trains. How could it be a holiday without a train? Oh, there were plenty of trains. Rode trains everywhere. Even rode a tram. I kind of had this idea of going up to Hakodate, and then I figured out how far it actually was. I mean, the real novel thing about Tokyo is its populations is the population of Australia in a single city. So it's 27 million people in Tokyo. It's just so busy. I should probably start doing something about these yellow signals. Maybe not that bad. No. Don't need emergency brakes though. Look at it handling the slippage. Look at the brake cylinder pressure. Whoop, 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 whoop. That was the computer handling all my slippage from my crazy braking. There'll be plenty of trains on my UK holiday, Jamie. As you know. Leon said Japan is mad, all people walk around. People do walk a lot in Japan, yes, that's quite true. It's not unusual. Owning a car is kind of unusual there. And most people live in an apartment about the size of your average car. Train Sim World says, keep your fingers crossed for rain. We need it. Yeah, I've heard you had a little bit of a dry, hot spell. Hopefully you do get some. Last thing you want is steam engines setting fire to the countryside. It upsets the locals. with the trains on the railway I work on, when it's dry, we have what we call fire patrols, which are little gator vehicles on railway wheels. And they each carry 500 litres of water and a pump. They're really only designed to cope with little spot fires and things. Like, once it gets up into the trees, their instruction is to run. Leon says, all I see video, China is mad with all new trains and big and large stations for bullet train new technology. China is going at it. Their maglev is certainly quick. Japan's got a new bullet train coming as well. They've got a 420 km/h bullet train coming, which is amazing for a standard gauge train. Jamie says we did a fire watch for one steam service a couple of weeks back. Yeah, it's kind of a useful thing to do. Our engines are actually outfitted differently in summer and winter as well. We have grates that sit over the damper holes in summer, so you don't get nearly as much air in summer. Melbourne train guy says I'm going to head off now. Sorry, I need to try and get some rest for tomorrow. Well, I hope you have a good day tomorrow, Melbourne train guy. Looks like I have another red coming up, doesn't it? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised at that, given I just came off a yellow. Is there anything else that people want to see with either of the 170s or the 4 variants of them? Happy to show you whatever you want to see. So I think so far we've seen the good bits. I've shown you the bad bits that I know about so that you are going in with sight. I know there's an update coming for some of the things. Whether it's out tomorrow or whether it's out on a different day, I don't know. Is there any information you need about the 170s? As we cruise the yellows. Chalky wants to know, do they work in Formation Designer with custom liveries? Because a lot of trains crash it. We can try that. I'm going to spawn a couple of them to try and couple together. As I said, I'd do that. Rex Tactics says, morning, I thought I'd pop in to see the 170 on BCC. Very cool. Welcome to you. Uh-oh. Oh, I think I'm about to spad this. Yep. Boof. Uh-oh. Anyway, let's try and do the things people have been asking for. So let's return to the timetable. I'm giving it about a 6, Rex Tactics. So, yes, it runs well. The timetable's pretty decent. There are a few things that I didn't like that knock it down a little bit in my eyes. Let's just spawn in on foot somewhere, actually. That'll do it. Should be pretty quiet out. But, maybe there, actually. Lickfield City. We'll spawn in here. And we'll get two of them and try and couple them together. And see what happens. And you see, Chocky, that's why I shouldn't keep up with the chat. Because I spad. So let's spawn one here. Can't spawn it there. Can I spawn it over this side? Yep, good. Alright, there's one. And we'll spawn another one here. And we'll do across country this time. So let's see if they can be coupled together or not. Well, that looks kind of promising, doesn't it? Alright, let's try a pull-away test. Did I press the button long enough? I'd have to press it in both cabs, maybe. Alright, let's shut this cab down. B3, good. Looks like it coupled up. Looks kind of like you have to do it in both. It does look different. Alright, let's try and move it. I better give it a path or we're not getting far. How angry he looks. Sorry, mate. We're just pissing around with trains. Let's put you into the siding. Why not? Yeah, we have a shunting light. Good. That would appear to be a yes. So you have to press the couple button in both cabs for it to work. That's good. Ooh, first evidence of actual suspension. Leon's back. Hello, Leon. So we know coupling works. So the next one we wanted to try is make a custom livery and couple them together. I think that's what was asked for. Chocky, I think, asked for that. So we'll do that. Stop this one and shut it down. Alright, so let's jump out of here and go into Livery Designer. Did anyone even mention you're weird, Leon? At least a little bit. Let's see if we can do Livery Designer with them. Looks like it. Add new. It's got a little bit of coloration on it, doesn't it? Some of the grey bits. All right, let's just paint it. We're very imaginative. We'll just paint it pink. Confirm. Pink. All right, there we go. And we'll paint this one blue. And we'll paint this one green. Is that the whole train painted now? Yep, the whole thing's painted. Save. Good. Now let's get out of here. Good. All right, now let's go back onto the route. Go there again. Let's try and spawn two of them together. And if this works, I don't really know what this signifies, but someone asked for it, so we'll do it. Custom liveries. That one. Alright, well, it spawns a custom livery defined, so let's go and try in Formation Designer and try and join two of them together, and we'll see what it does. So we'll join a standard one and the custom livery one, and then we'll spawn that train. I'm just testing one step at a time, Chucky. One step at a time, mate. Always do one thing at a time when you're testing. All right, add new. Bambalam. Confirm. Formation builder. So we'll add a custom one. And we want... Where is it? I don't see it. Or didn't I give it a name? Did I do something that stupid? Creators Club. Personal. Alright, let's add... Sorry, add an official. Personal. There we go. I was doing it wrong. And then we'll add another official. We'll add another. Won't do that 170. We'll do a different 170. Let's do cross country 170. And let's save that. And exit. Yes. And let's try and spawn that. Let's see if that works. Are there any other questions that people want answered after we do this one? That is correct, Lexic Dark. There were 3 colours in the formation. Let's go over here. I'm going to need more space to spawn this one, so let's go up further. Since it's 2 of them. Bambalam 170, there it is. Well, it didn't explode. And it appears to have them, so let's try and drive it. I don't see why this wouldn't work. Got the shunting light on there, which I see. That looks pretty promising. That would appear to be working. There you go. Question answered, Chucky. So what else do people want to see? I haven't had many trains crash in Formation Designer, but I'll take your word for it. If you've got some particular ones, let me know and I can report them for you. So at least they're on the list. Just wait till that clears those points and then we'll stop it. Hopefully it doesn't crash into the end. There we go. And we'll shut her down there. No, it's supposed to go to the end. Doesn't matter. What else do people want to see? Chocky says, well done, Rivet. Apparently it's really, really hard to get that work since most of them crash in Formation Designer. Rex wonders if it's possible to make a 4-car XC using Formation Designer. I don't think you can do that. I think you can add 2 3s. Lexic says, my apologies, that serves me right for running in and out cooking pancakes. It's like moving fruit pastels. Indeed. I don't think you can do Formation Designer like that, but let's try. It would depend on whether they've got a single car in there. So, add official. 3 cars. 2 car. So there's a 2 car, so maybe you can. XC 2 car. Let's try that. Is it really? Yeah, it's really 2. All right. I think your dreams are being answered. No, that was 3. That's no good. I picked the wrong one. That one. No, that's coming as 3 again. I'm sure I picked the 2-car one. Two-car, class 170. WMT 2-car. XC 2-car. That's coming as 3 again. Why is it coming as 3? When it explicitly says 2. Let's just try and add the first one. That's 2. That's so the one that's labelled 2 isn't. There you go. Good. Handy. Good to know. So I think we just made a 4-car. So let's get out and try and spawn that and go for a drive. It was a Cross City, wasn't it? Personal. That wasn't it, was it? That's the coloured one. Didn't I save it? Oh, because it's in... Yeah, of course. Hang on. I'm an idiot. I'm trying to do it in a service. Can't do it in a service. Leon often comes out with strange comments, Mr. Hawk. It's his specialty, I think. I suspect Leon's a little on the young side. Potentially a little too young to have a YouTube account, but that's okay. That's not my problem. One, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 4-car set. What did you mean with 2 cab cars and 2 passenger cars sandwiched? So I think you want one of these cars, like this one, and then you want a normal passenger car, not a cab like I've got, and another normal passenger car, and then this last one would be a cab. That you can't do. I think, let's see where else they can drive. That'd be an interesting thing. Let's spawn one into Midland Mainline. Why not? We'll chuck our 4-car one onto Midland Mainline and go for a burn. Seems fair. Lexic Duck says a sandwich driven on both ends. Midland Mainline, timetable on foot. And I want to go up the other end of the route because I want to go from there. Play now. And we'll spawn in our 4-car variant there. And we'll take it across the top of the route. And that'll probably be about where I call it quits for this evening. What are you doing there, Mr. HST? Hopefully we can chuck one in over here and have it work. Not that I'm sure which way we have to go. I think we're at the right end. Yes, we are, I think. Alright, let's jump in and take possession of this thing. Let's go back over here somewhere. It's a cop there. Can we get to that one? Come on, let me zoom into it. I want to go there. Can. Look at that. Cool bananas. Will it work on another route? This is the question. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't, because it's a diesel. Alright, doors open, see if anybody wants to get in. I doubt it. I'd be surprised. Oh, look, we're up there. Nah, no one wants to get in. No great surprise there. Off we go. Yeah, you could make a 3 and a 2, Michael. No problem. Jockey says the XC1s run Midland Main Line between Derby and Nottingham. Did I just choose wisely or what? Well, they run here today. So, live with it. We scroll through here at double the speed limit. It's fine. What could go wrong? Did I put headlights on? I'm not sure. No, I didn't. Running with tail lights. Naughty lad. Still only allowed to do 10 through here, but that's okay. I hear a shed somewhere out there. There's a 37. There's a pair of HST power cars running back to back. There's a Gronk. I think of 52 back there. Chucky says I didn't choose wisely because I chose WMR. Do you want me to do it again and do cross country? But anyway, we know the formations work. That was the main point of doing this. Oh, it went green. Back on the juice then. Rex says it's great the 170 can be placed on other routes in free roam. Yeah, I'd expect this to always work with a diesel, but I know there are some that don't work. So yes, it is good that you can. As we go to the land of men in tights in Nottingham. Can it do the ton? That's an interesting question. Michael's going to pick it up tomorrow. Dan says, I hear 170. I work on these in real life. That's cool, Dan. We're just running one of them on Midland Main Line because we can. It's not the right one though. Apparently it should be across country. Leon says I drive trains safe. Didn't you see me sped before, Leon? What number do I have? I have got 17510. And at the other end... Can I get in there and find out? 515. Rex says definitely picking this up tomorrow. Got £14.91 on PS Ready. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm giving them in their current state a 6 out of 10. To change that, I would like to see a few little bugs fixed that I pointed out during the stream, and that I've summarised in my my reaction video for them, which should be already up. I want to get to the ton, and we're so close, and we're going to get yellow signals, I think. We'll see. Dan says technically these do, just not in this livery. Same type and subclass though, just East Midlands Railway now. Cool. Rex says, alright, 6 out of 10 is a good score. Shame there's bugs, that can always happen. I don't think they're really hard ones to fix. I've shown you all of the things that I've found during this stream. And I've also put up a video with all the things that I've found. It's got a good horn. Get up ahead of it somewhere. Wasn't that annoying? Uh-oh. I'll go back to paying attention now. Dan says the DRA is wrong. There is things wrong in the cab. I don't think of a lot of source for this, especially the cross-country one. You can, or you did? Oh, you did. I just reread your comment. Gut feel is we're not spatting this one. I reckon we're going to be okay. In fact, we definitely are. Did I not acknowledge? Oh, I didn't acknowledge something. Naughty. Alright. We'll wait for the brake demand light to go out. It's time to play the clown music, because that's what I am. Got a big red nose. Come on, brake demand light. Only meant to last a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, the train has stopped due to the incompetency of the driver. Dan says they did improve the XC one though, which was nice. We don't have the West Midlands ones anymore, so I don't have access to them. I don't know about Rockstar. It stopped because I didn't acknowledge AWS, not because I was braking. So I don't think I can quite claim credit for that one. Let's just slow down a little bit for the junction coming up, I guess. I do like the power station since the update. Looks a lot better. Oh, so one thing I confirmed in Japan, the sound that the trains make when they release the brakes. I've always thought maybe it was wrong in game because it sounds like they're dumping the air, but they're actually not. It actually does work that way. It's quite an interesting braking system. That one. We'll have to spawn one and have a look. Let me get this to Nottingham and then I'll spawn one and we'll find out. Rex says gonna head off. Great stream. Have a lovely rest of your day. My day's almost over, mate. It's almost 9 PM. Dan says the engine stands still off. It's not far off, missing a raspy exhaust note. The other thing that it's got, not sure if I've got DSD turned on. Let's turn off vigilance and turn off DSD. And let's accelerate this up. And let's go for a little walk. Because I'm not sure if we're going to hear it or not. Because well, we're in the other one when we heard it. We're in the cross country. It gets this high-pitched whine that sounds like an electric train. Maybe we're not fast enough, but I'm not hearing it. Bob's Railway Madness says, I think the 170 is a nice train, just a shame the UK has not built its own stuff since the mid-90s. I think your building trains is like ours, you assemble them. Now let's get this up to 80, and we'll find out soon, Dan. We'll ignore those yellow signals because AWS will stop us if it needs to. This one definitely sounds different to the cross country. Yeah, I'm not really hearing it. We heard it really clearly on the cross country one. That was weird. Oh no, there it is. That noise, like a herd of mosquitoes coming for you. I better go drive this thing. The mosquitoes are chasing us. Leon says it's like a 377 inside train look. Dan said they got rid of it, must have slipped through testing on stingers, rattling enough inside, annoying. Yeah, most trains rattle a lot. Holy Trucker says, how do you turn on the AWS and the Flying Scotsman? It is on the far side of the cab, under the fireman's seat, I think, from memory. I'm trying to remember if this one's approach control or if I actually have to stop. I think I have to stop. It's out tomorrow, Dan. That was a nice touch. Having an HSC cross your path. Yeah, thanks, Gab. That's where I thought it was. It's under the chair. I'll be in the cab of Flying Scotsman towards the end of next month. Very much looking forward to that. A once in a lifetime experience. Leon says the mosquitoes are looking for me. It does sound that way. And then we'll spawn in an XC and we'll have a look and see if that sticker's there or not. Today's stream is brought to you by the machine that goes. Enjoy your lunch, Mr. Chucky. Sounds like we've sorted out Holy Trucker. That's good. Holy Trucker asked to get full speed out of Flying Scotsman. Should I open both the extractors? No, you don't need to. You get full speed out of Flying Scotsman in the game, drive it downhill. Gab says, everyone, watch out, Paul's behind the controls of Scotsman. I don't think they'll let me drive it. I'm hoping to use the shovel a bit and see what it says. Dan says, wang it at notch 3 and see what delay correction looks like. 3 odd seconds. Well, I'm coming up to a red signal, so maybe not, but we can do it. We'll spawn an XC one. Make sure we've got room. Not much of a delay there, Dan. No crashes with Flying Scotsman, Leon. Not allowed. All right. Let us remove the path and then delete the train. And we'll just spawn in a cross country and we'll check that sticker. Sticker is still there, Dan. If that's the one you're talking about. Now, I think that probably brings us to the end of today's stream. Good combination. Purple pants, pink bag, black jumper, lilac hat. One of those people that just clashes in everything they do. But that's okay. Bob's Row made us full speed in Scotsman, downhill on Shap. Yeah, it works very well in Shap, actually. Scott Row 1 took an alternity. Holy truckers have to hit 100 mile an hour at Scotsman. Do I leave the forward gear in full speed? No, about 50 odd. About 50 on the reverser. Should get you there, and 100% on the regulator. Anyway, I think that'll about cover it for tonight. So I've popped out tutorials for the 170s to run them because they're the same as the Scottish ones, but people probably won't realise that. I put out a tutorial for guard mode because it's a little bit weird in places, so I thought I'd do a tutorial on this one. And I've done a reaction video as well, which just covers all the things we've talked about in the stream, although we found a couple of new ones on the stream that we didn't have in the reaction video. So there you go. The more you play with it, the more you learn. So I think, you know, I was giving it about a 6 out of a 10. So for me, it's pretty good. It's very drivable, and I think people who get it will probably like it. It does need a few changes here and there for both variations, but they're not big things, and I think that the community will ask for the same things, and I reckon that'll probably go. Alrighty. Anyway, have fun, folks, and enjoy yourselves, and we shall see you later. Bye now. I forgot. Thanks for watching. See ya.